far back as I can remember, my parents were always these project people. My dad was always building something. My mom was always painting something. Waking us up in the morning, hey, we're gonna go hang drywall. And I was just never into it as a kid. I was more interested in sports and hanging out with friends, playing golf, skateboarding. But my parents loved it. And my grandfather was a well-known architect. He built the post office in our hometown, actually, here in Northville, Michigan. And my grandma was a good artist. I liked art when I was a kid. You know, my grandma was the one that taught me how to draw. But I was never passionate about it as a kid. And I think it's okay that you don't have to be super passionate about it right away. And I think you can grow into that. And the crazy thing is, my first job wasn't in landscaping or construction at all. I was a dishwasher. And then after I was a dishwasher, I was a caddy. When I was a caddy, I started doing a little bit of stuff here and there, some weeding and some side jobs, because a buddy of mine started a company called Dirty Work, and they literally did what the name said. They just did dirty work. So I said, I can do that. I started a company called Handy Hands. We had a couple jobs, a few things here and there. I was putting out flyers, and my mom thought of a slogan: helping desperate housewives all across Metro Detroit. Probably the worst thing for a husband to read on a flyer. And I was caddying at Meadowbrook at the time. Meadowbrook's a local country club. And I went to the biggest landscaper in probably this area. And I was like, dude, let me work for you. And the guy said, nah, man, I don't have any spot for you. So I kept caddying at Meadowbrook, the local country club, for the summer. I think I moved up in the ranks, got up to a captain caddy or something like that. It was just about the money at the time. Went back up to CMU that spring, and this is when everything kind of went south. Partying, hanging out, doing all sorts of dumb shit. And came off that year, and I got a letter from Central Michigan that said I failed out of the college. Went back up to Central and went to community college. I was taking art classes at a community college. Not really doing shit. You know, still in my party mode, but I still had a little bit of a vision. And I think that summer I made about $9 grand, just hustling. It was all about the money at that time, strictly, straight up, all about the money, nothing else. And I had a buddy that was in the landscape program at Michigan State. He told me, he's like, dude, you should check out this program, because he knew I had this little side hustle business. So I was like, I doubt he'll accept me, man. I failed out of college. He said, come try. So I called up the counselor. I set up a meeting just on a complete gamble. Went and talked to him. He did an interview. Kind of sold myself, more or less. Told him what I wanted to do. And again, I wasn't extremely passionate about it then. I mean, I was a good talker. I was kind of a smooth talker. So I was able to actually talk myself into Michigan State University, into the horticulture school, which is nuts. Went to Michigan State, started grinding, started learning as much as I can, and I started thinking, man, I can do something with this thing. I knew every single plant there was to know. I knew every single one. I learned about construction a little bit. That's where I originally learned how to draw design, 2D renderings. Graduated from Michigan State, and that's when the company exploded. Started doing things, started building the brand. Right here in my hometown, we're driving through it right now, Northville, Michigan. About 30 minutes outside Detroit. Really centrally located. Cool little town. And this is where it began. This is where Imagine was born. My parents had a business here in town. And our first shop, where we kept our trucks, was at their office. And that's when I started pumping, started hitting the gas, flyers door to door, started advertising in local newspapers. Imagine. Just hitting it everywhere. And Imagine did not come quick. Let me tell you, it is hard to think of a name of a business. That shit is not easy. I had all sorts of names. Kelly Brothers Landscaping, Luxury Landscaping. I mean, shit, dude, I was all over the map on names. And then finally, Imagine hit me one day, and I thought how to make it look cool. So we tossed the red eyes in here. And this is actually where I thought of the Imagine name. We did the landscaping here, and we got a lot of business because it's right on the main road. So this was a key point for us. But we grew out of this location, I think within a year. We moved pretty quickly through here. And then we kind of started going through locations. Boom, boom, boom. I grew through about 5 different locations. And now I'm on about an acre in Norfolk, right around the corner. Really, to me, what was the final piece of getting Imagine in the right direction was Carly. Because what she did is she brought love into my life, and she fixed the personal side of my life. And once that was smooth and clean, and there was love in that, then the business started to flourish. And she started to get more interested in Imagine, and she's actually a very creative soul too. And I've learned a lot from her, and she's helping the business grow. Started posting things on social media, and she was a big social media person. She had some insight on it. She helped me with posts, and I posted a job on Facebook, and the lady contacted me. She had me out. She's like, I got this project, and she started walking me through. I was like, dude, this is a big job. This is a big job. And we got through the meeting, and I did the design, and it came in like around 1.1 million. And that was the biggest job we did to date, and it was all from posting on social media, just, from Facebook. And the crazy thing is that I was doing the job, and me and Carly, we got engaged at the time when the project was going on. And she walked through the job about midway through, and she's like, this is where we have to have our wedding. And we had an Imagine wedding at this beautiful estate. And after that, we just kept growing together. And the whole social media side and the branding side, we just kept pushing it and evolving and growing and getting more creative. And it's something anyone can do. So I know in starting this group, I can definitely push other people, teach other people, help other people evolve. I want to be around like-minded individuals that want to grow too. If you're around positive people, you're going to have positive thoughts. And let's just face it, not all our friends and family, they're not all like, oh yeah, dude, you're going to get out there and smash it. It's just, that shit isn't reality. But being around this group and being around people that want to see you succeed, that's what we want. We're going to grow together. I'm going to use my knowledge. People are going to give their input. And I think this is going to be a growing community. And what I do know is dream as big as you want, because that can become a reality. The biggest dreams can happen, I promise you. And manifest anything and be positive and show respect to everyone. The sky isn't the limit. Let's fly.